Next morning we arrived in the Greek port of Piraeus and were greeted by another magnificent Mediterranean day. Where exactly are we? We're in the eastern Mediterranean. We needed to get to Athens, and the port here is actually within the Athens urban area, about 12 miles from the city centre. And upon inquiring, we found the quickest and cheapest way to Athens is to buy a daily bus pass, the cost of which was about the same as the return journey, but allowed us to travel on trains also. We considered the metro train, which was quite close, but the bus stop was right outside the port, a few minutes' walk. We didn't take the sights of Athens open-top bus. It was the regular bus.
Well, we're about to take an express bus, X80, from the port here up to Athens, right to the town centre. The day pass costs €4.50, about $5 US. Good value. The bus takes about 40 minutes.
The ticket is actually good for buses, trains and public transport, so if we want, we could come back on the train. We arrived 35 minutes later. We then needed to take the metro train to the Acropolis station. I've always found Greece to be relatively uncrowded, even Athens. My comment to Alex was, "There's not many people around." It was certainly a thrill to look up and see the iconic Parthenon for the first time. So we decided to have a coffee in the shadow of the Acropolis. Then it was time to ascend the hill and see the ancient ruins. The first ruins we encountered were those of the sanctuary of Dionysus. Which contained the theatre of Dionysus, an amphitheatre. The Greek amphi, by the way, means both sides, a theatre that enabled people to view from both sides. Excavation began here in 1838. Dionysus, also called Bacchus, was a nature god of fruitfulness and vegetation, and also a god of wine and ecstasy, which maybe explains why we were ecstatic. The theatre was thought to have accommodated 17,000 spectators and have originated in the time of Thespis, around 530 BC. According to Aristotle, Thespis was the first person to appear as an actor on stage, hence the English word thespians, which we use to describe actors today. Maybe his first performance was here. In the foreground, the VIP seats. We then walked through the Stoa of Eumenes, which was a covered gallery connecting the theatre of Dionysus with the Odeon of Herodes Atticus, which was donated to the city of Athens by Eumenes II, the king of Pergamon. So we continued our ascent, catching glimpses of what awaited us at the top. The next location was the Odeon of Herodes, which is much smaller than the Theatre of Dionysus, but actually much better preserved. Odeon in Greek, meaning a place of singing, and nowadays concerts are still held here. Originally, it was thought to have a wooden roof for acoustic purposes. The semicircular area in front of the stage was known as the orchestra, from the Greek for dance. And the chorus would have danced here. Chorus in both Greek and Latin means a round dance, where dancers and singers would back up the actors in song and choreographed dance. It held about 5,000 spectators. Next stop, the legendary, iconic Parthenon.